Namaste. Welcome to the fifth edition of the Global Festival of Oneness, organized by the Indica Center for Moksha Studies. My name is Anuradha and I'm the host for today's session. Let us start with the prayer. Sadashiva Samarambham, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam, Vande Guru Paramparam. In this second weekend session of the topic, The Heart of Vedanta, an exposition of Laghu Vakya Vritti, we have with us Swamini Brahmaprajnananda Saraswati. Before going to the talk, I'd like to introduce her to those who have joined for the first time. Swamini ji has dedicated her life to sharing the timeless teachings of Advaita Vedanta and Dharma. She conducts Vedanta courses, podcasts, and retreats for groups in Mumbai and for people across the world. Her teachings seamlessly flow from areas of self-growth to self-discovery. A disciple of Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati, she has studied Vedanta and Sanskrit in a full-time residential 3-year course and was a part-time student of Swami Brahmavidananda. Swamini ji is a former psychologist, and in her last leadership position as the country head of an international organization, she impacted the lives of more than 15,000 street children annually. For more details, you can look up into www.discoveratma.com. Welcome, Swamini ji.
Thank you very much, Anuradha. So continuing, she has already done the opening prayers. So again, we invoke the grace of the Guru Parampara. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. We invoke the grace of the parampara because this wisdom by which one can be free in this lifetime itself has been made available to us via all our gurus and acharyas, all the way up to Adi Shankaracharya and all the way up to Sadashiva. So in the first session, this particular person wanted to meet Ishvara. And so when he approaches the sadhu up high in the mountains, the sadhu correctly asks him, until you give me a proper introduction of yourself, how can I take you to meet Ishvara? And so this person, Jiva, 45-year-old, who has come from the city and is struggling with life, is trying to find a permanent end to his struggle and stress, starts to introduce himself. He speaks about his coordinates, right? Where he comes from, what has his life been like. And the sadhu says, you know what? You're just describing your body mind. There has to be something more to you than that. And that's how we saw the first 2 or 3 verses of Laghu Vakya Vritti, whereby we embarked on an inquiry into who the real person is. And some of you will say, you know what? You just give me a method or a technique or a mantra or some breathing exercise. I just want to get rid of my stress. I just want to get rid of all this anxiety that I experience. And that's really why we have to come to the heart of Vedanta, which is that this heart our heart, okay, is seeking, is yearning, is craving for purnata, for completeness. And what we find is through our many pursuits, we seek the job, we seek the promotion, we seek a companion, we seek the child. These different things that we are seeking, they keep us in a state of tension. Then once you have sought or once you have got what you wanted, temporarily that wanting mind is resolved. And so through all the seeking, we are seeking freedom from seeking. Understand that when I am not seeking, like when I just look up at the sky and I see a riot of colors, or even if it's blue, good old blue appears like that, I don't wish it to be different. I'm walking through the forest. I can hear the chirping of birds. I can hear all kinds of sounds because the insects are all very, very active. And then there is dew on the grass because it's early morning. And I can hear some leaves falling. I can hear the rustle of dry leaves. So much activity is happening. And I am at peace. Was it a particular method, a technique, a mantra, certain special exercises? People may attribute it to the forest. And of course, it's beautiful to be in a forest. But the important thing to note is that the mind that was seeking, that was saying this should be different, that should be different, my partner should be different, my child should be different. In other words, raga dveshas, all that is resolved. And so you are free from seeking for that moment. So then the inquiry is, can I be free from seeking? I can be free from seeking only if I discover that I was always free. Correct? So, free from what will be the question? Because I find that a lot of things seemingly bind me. I have to do this, what to do. I have to go to work. I have to fulfill my responsibilities, etc., etc. We feel that we are being burdened. But actually, these are choices that are available to you. And you have the privilege, the gift to be able to fulfill your responsibilities. And that is such a joy. So, in the 3 verses, what we saw and why we embarked on this inquiry is that we want this wanting heart to discover what its true nature is. That the purnata, the purnatvam, the completeness that I seek outside or even inside, inside in terms of special spiritual experience, that may it resolve in the understanding that I was ever free. And therefore, all actions, all karma will then come from a place of fullness. Because this will be the immediate next question. Oh, but if I don't seek anymore, then how I will do my different responsibilities? Will I not go to earn? Will I not relate to the family? Of course you will. But it will come out of a place of great love, abundance, and fullness. And you will not do things for the sake of fullness. You will do things out of the fullness that you are. So Adi Shankaracharya encouraged us to apply viveka. He said that all this thing that you use to introduce yourself, everything to do with your body, mind, etc., apply some viveka. So how to apply all this viveka? Well, you use this pronoun I for the body, sthula sharira, sukshma sharira, karana sharira. We have seen all this. May you discern that all of this is temporary, it is not real. And what you are aware of, what is the known, with respect to that, you get a name called Sakshi. So you are the subject, okay? And all of these are known to you, they are objects for you. Then what is an object can never be the subject. So let's say I'm aware of the mind, or I'm aware of the laptop screen. Laptop screen is not talking back to me. So I am aware of it and saying, hello, hi, good morning. No, no, no such. Even if I program it, I say, okay, you know what? Let's use some AI app. I want constant, or Alexa or Siri or somebody. But then it's all thanks to programming. It is not conscious of me. So even the mind, which we saw, is all made of, um, you know, it's Sattva Pradhana, so it's all Maya Shakti. By itself, it cannot function. It is Jadam. It is an object that is known to me. And he introduced a word, Shuddha Bodha and Bodha Abhasa. Shuddha Bodha was a word introduced to point to who you are, the one who is ever present, never changing, while Bodha Abhasa, or reflected consciousness, which is what we saw, the mind and your ahankara, all of that, okay, that is not conscious by itself. It is actually jadam, especially the mind. But it gets consciousness just like a cold iron ball becomes hot because of the presence of fire. And it can claim, oh, I am conscious, but hello, the cold iron ball has got borrowed consciousness from fire. So the mind can masquerade that it is conscious, but actually it has no consciousness of its own. It has a dependent status of reality. And so this mind becomes conscious, therefore we use the word bodha abhas. Then because the mind is conscious, the senses function, they perceive, and I don't need the mind or the senses to be conscious, right? So we are going to examine that in the context of the three states of experience. Before that, one other point was made that the karta meaning the doer, the person who has a CV, okay? So the CV or the biodata which you present to people for jobs or for projects. So that's a description of, the key achievements of your career. Or suppose if you're having a CV for prospective marriage, right? So then you will, of course, you will also indicate something about your career, but then the focus may be more on the kind of qualities you have, what are your aspirations of life, etc., etc. Or if you are writing a biography, so these were the key highlights, these were the ups and the downs, and this is how I have grown to be a person. All that, all that is the karta, okay, the doer, and the bhokta, the experience all through life. And we are inquiring into what is the nature of this karta bhokta, because then he said that it is this karta, this doer, who keeps moving from one lifetime to another to another. And why? Because of karma. Why karma? Because of avidya. Why avidya? Because of karana sharira. Why karana sharira? Oh, that's how it is. Karana sharira, undifferentiated, inexplicable avidya. Okay, beginningless avidya that is there. And therefore, what shall we do? Helplessly, we are going from one lifetime to another, hoping, praying, wishing, willing that karma will liberate us. I do something exceptional, I will do something extraordinary, and I will be transported into a realm where there is no suffering. Okay, so this does not work. You can go to Swarga and come back, have a great vacation, but Shine Punya Martya Lokam Vishanti. After your Punya is exhausted, you will come back to this mortal living. So, having said all that, now the inquiry into the three states. We will just look at the verse and then, so that you're familiar. I'm not very sure if everyone has access to the verses. So we can just look at it. So the fourth verse, Jagara swapnayoreva bodhabhasa vidambana suptau tutallaye bodhaha shuddho jadyam prakashayet. So please note, there are no three states of consciousness. Okay, consciousness is you, there's only one, there is no two. If you don't remember this, you please remember the opening music of Advaita Academy. Okay, Advaita, one, not two. Three states of experience. So these three states, one is the waking state, yeah, Jagara, Jagrat Avastha. Avastha is a state, right? And Swapnaha. So in both these waking and dream states, what happens? We will look into details. For now, this reflection of consciousness, bodhabhasa, your mind is very active. Okay, what else? Then in deep sleep, suptao, the mind resolves. Resolves as in it becomes dormant. And then Shuddho, that is Shuddha Bodhaha, Jadyam Prakashayet. So what is Jada? What is seemingly inert? So that I cannot experience anything. I didn't know anything when I was sleeping. Some people sleep through earthquakes also. Or, the person will be asked, the bell rang. Did you hear it? Oh, no, I didn't hear it at all. I was trying to call you. Why did you pick up? Oh, I didn't hear it. My phone was not on silent, but I was in deep sleep. So this deep sleep, I didn't know anything that I didn't know how you're saying I did not know anything. You are able to say that because you are very much present. But you have illumined what you don't know. So now the Shastra is so brilliant that all your life experiences, okay, what you are due to have, what you have already had, even if you do some astral travel and you are fascinated by all these other things, eating, drinking, traveling, sitting, relating, everything is clubbed into three states. So the primary state, okay, which we are very, very familiar with, which causes us a lot of stress, is our waking state, our Jagrat Avastha. So you're having a long day at work or you are at home on the weekend. What is happening in this Jagrat Avastha? Your senses are constantly interacting with the world. And uh, you are seeing, you are perceiving, sensations, sights, sounds. You are interacting, you are calling people, you are speaking to them, you're walking around, you are huffing and puffing in the jogging park. Okay. So all that, and plus you're talking, so, karmendriya, jnanendriya, all that is being used. Then your mind obviously is functioning. So Bodha Bhasa, very much conscious and constantly interacting with the world. The ahankara, I, associated with this waking state, we call Vishwa. Because Vishwa, is complete. There is a sense of kartritvam and bhoktritvam with respect to this state, right? So these are all my achievements. Whatever you are writing in your CV, okay, it is not what you have achieved in your dream. It is what you have achieved in your waking state, and we understand that, right? So there is complete awareness of what is happening, and the sthula sharira, the sukshma sharira are very involved. Okay, understand these are not three shariras. It's the in the karana sharira, the causal body, ajnanam, which is the cause of the sthula, sukshma, the gross and the subtle body. The subtle body totally pervades the gross body, sthula sharira. Okay, just little, recap. Then, who is aware of this waking state? How long I was awake? I'm tracking my time. What am I spending my time on? I'm evaluating what I have done in this month, in this week, all that. Who's the one? I am aware. Okay. So the one who is aware of all this continues to be the Sakshi, right? I am the Sakshi, the witness consciousness of this waking state. I get a name Vishwa, but I am not Vishwa. Okay, I am the Vishwa, as in I am the doer experiencer of this waking world, but I am the Sakshi with respect to knowing all this, uh, all these experiences, all the various kinds of actions. Is that all? No, no. The waking state, or my identity as Vishwa the waker, what is that sustained by? Is it operating on its own? No, no. It is sustained by Virat. Okay. So Virat, not Kohli. Virat as in the entire gross physical world that we are experiencing. Because even for you to enjoy mangoes, mango season is very thriving in India at the moment. Whichever kind of mango you want to have, the mangoes have to be in the trees, right? And the mangoes, all mangoes need not be exported outside India. Some mangoes have to still be here for me to experience that. So mango tree is all a part of Virat, and all the laws of nature that make the different objects available, different experiences, the people I'm interacting with, all that, the entire cosmic body. Then I go to sleep, and then in between some time or the other, I might have a dream. It is a different avastha compared to the waking state. So the mind is not completely knocked off. It is awake. And in the dream state, we are, whatever the dream you get, okay? So let's say right now, it's quite hot in some places of India. So you are dreaming of a Tirth Yatra to Amarnath or Kedarnath, which is very crowded at the moment. So then you in your dream you are walking up the steps because you have seen it in videos and all of that. You have never gone and you want to go to this Jyotirlinga and have darshan. So then you imagine, oh, okay, there are all these snow-capped peaks all around, and I will walk into the temple. Then I will go to the Garbhagraha. It's a very small temple. And then I will seek the blessings, and there will be, and I will imagine, I will see myself being blessed. I will pour milk and water and honey. I will do Panchadravya Abhishekam. All this you see in the dream. Wow. My God, life is dhanya. I am so blessed. I have got darshan of Kedar Baba. Dream. Then you wake up, and then what has happened? Oh, I am sure I was blessed. Okay, fantastic. But I am still here on this bed. I have not moved an inch. Okay, so not even towards my laptop to book the tickets. I am very much in Mumbai or wherever else from which you are watching. Okay, so in this dream state, the senses are not functioning, and it's the mind that is projecting. So a certain prapancha, like a certain dream world, and your identification is not with the gross body, right? It is with the subtle body. So in the dream, you are the material and you are the intelligence. And the whole purpose of talking about the dream state in Vedanta is not to analyze dreams. We are not doing a psychological analysis. We are just saying that this is a very unique state of experience, which is not waking, it is not deep sleep. You are the one that illuminates the dream, and therefore the word associated with the dream experience is Taijasa. So you are the effulgent one. What is it sustained by? Is it just random? No, no, no. It is sustained by the cosmic mind, Hiranyagarbha. So your current, like what the senses you are using in your waking state, all that you're not using in the dream state. You have special senses over there. Okay. But it's a unique state of experience, and I, the Sakshi, am aware of the dream state. I am aware of the dreamer who went to Kedarnath and came back. And so, what is being stated in this verse is that Jagara Swapnayoreva Bodha Bhasa Vidambana, that in both these waking and dream states, Bodha Bhasa, the mind is active, it appears. But we may assume that that is our only reality, that I am the one who is that, and therefore I am obviously affected. I'm affected by what happens in the dream. I'm very deeply affected, good, bad, ugly, by what is happening in the waking state. So then, very nicely, Shankaracharya says, you know what happens in deep sleep? Your mind is not active. And that time, what happens if mind is not active, then what? But you, Shuddha Bodhaha, Jadyam Prakashayet, you illumine what is happening in the deep sleep. Eh? What is happening? Nothing is happening. I was just so refreshed and so relaxed. I want to go back to sleep again. Huh? Are you sure it is your experience? Because it's quite possible, see, all of us have such great confidence that I will go to sleep and I will be the one who wakes up. Such supreme confidence that we set our alarm clocks also, right? We make plans for weeks and months and years with the great confidence that I will wake up. So you know that there is a sense of continuity. Secondly, that the one who went to sleep, what is a guarantee that the one who went to sleep is the one who will wake up? Maybe you will transform into some creature and then wake up. Who knows? Saying, what kind of a stupid question is that? Of course, the one who goes to sleep will be the one who wakes up, right? So, this so called guarantee that we have is because we see the sense of continuity of I. We may not have the word for it, but I, Sakshi, that is always present, who is aware of even the deep sleep state. In the deep sleep, you are not saying, hey, listen, listen. You are sleeping very deeply and very soundly, so soundly that others can hear you. Okay, for them, it is a sound experience. For you, it is a sound sleep experience because of your snoring. Okay. So for the others, sound. For you, very deep sleep. And in that deep sleep, your individuality, your ahankara, that uh, entity which masquerades as being real and is going about getting things done and is getting affected by life, well, ahankara is resolved. So here there are no thoughts, there are no disturbances, no distractions. And that is why all of us love to sleep, because the object is not interacting with the subject. Both are resolved, right? So here, uh, what is happening then? That Bodha Bhasa is resolved, but Shuddha Bodha illumines. But I don't know the Shuddha Bodha. Hey, you are only Shuddha Bodha, okay? You are that pure consciousness, and you illumine the fact that you didn't know anything. Now, in deep sleep, you are not illumining in that. I mean, you are illumining, but since the mind is not there, you will wonder, but how? Well, that's the so-called sense of continuity that we have. It is you. All the way, it is you. So then what else is said about these states? So we look at the screen. Hmm. Ah, then Jagar Jagarepi Dhiyastoushnim भावशुद्धेन भास्यते धीव्यापाराश्च चिद्भास्याश्चिदाभासेन samyutaha. It's a very important verse because there is often a confusion regarding the consciousness of the mind. So in Jagare api, even in this waking state, what happens to Shuddha Bodha? See, in the verse number 4, we said that Bodha Bhasa, this reflected consciousness, is illumining, is very much present in the waking and dream state. And in deep sleep, Shuddha Bodha, pure consciousness, that is you, illumines the state. So then the question will be, hello, where did pure consciousness go for waking and dream state? So then, that is why it is being said, Jagare api, even in this waking state, what is happening? From time to time, you experience silence in the mind. Tushnim bhavaha. So, when you are not seeking, you are just with yourself, or you are walking around in greenery or watching mountains, or you are watching a movie and then there is some silence, or you're listening to some music, or you are doing some yogasana pranayama. All these activities are actually giving you a glimpse of who you are. And Shuddhena bhasyate, that Shuddha Bodha, that who says that Shanta Vritti, that I was peaceful or I am at peace. Who observes it? Who is aware of it? Who illumines it? Shuddha Bodha, very much. And obviously, there is lot of vyapara, lot of activity, lot of transactions of dhihi. So this dhihi, should I apply for a job? Maybe I will. I applied to at least 20. I have not got responses. I will not give up. I'm determined to get a job, etc., etc. Or whom to marry. There are potential 3, 4 people. Or, my child is very good at A, B, C, D, whatever those, specializations might be. And I have to help my son or daughter to decide. So much vyapara is going on throughout the day, right? And rightly so. because we have our different responsibilities, and it is such a joy to be able to fulfill all of that. So, what is it that is illuminating all of this? Chit bhasa. He is using a word. Earlier he used bodha bhasa. Now he's saying chid abhasa. Chid bhasyaha. Chidabhasena samyutaha. So one thing you will see in Vedanta is that very often words might be used that are slightly different so that you don't get conditioned by the words. Like people say, Satchitananda, yes, yes, I know. Really? You are familiar with the words. Okay. Do you really know the meaning of the words as yourself? Then don't say that you know. Okay. We need to be little more precise and little more conscious of the words we use. So, what is interesting is, I think that the mind is illuminating everything. The mind is aware of everything, but even the mind is itself reflected consciousness. And that's why he's using the word. Now he's saying, instead of using bodha, Shuddha bodha, he's saying chit and chidabhasa. Okay. So both samyutaha, as though they are together, both are very much present in the waking state. So you think your mind is going all about and doing all this, and you are berating your mind and saying this should be done, that should be done, and you think that if you manage your mind, all will be well with life. Partly true that yes, we with the right dispositions of karma yoga, living a life of dharma, that is the only way to have a mastered mind. You can have techniques, you can have methods, you can do a lot of pranayama, asana, everything you will do. But if you don't stand on a solid foundation of dharma, doing the right thing at the right time, you cannot have a mastered mind. So again and again, you're aligning yourself to dharma. Okay, so that's how we live our life. It's a nice, good life. To me, living a good life is living a life of dharma. Nowadays, living a good life means having some luxury, and all that is also doable because it's all dharma, artha, kama anyway. So you can live a good life, all aligned to dharma, because dharma makes you happy, right? At a relative level, it makes you happy. When people uphold dharma, they uphold discipline, they uphold hard work, they uphold justice, perseverance, you admire them. When you do the same, you admire yourself and you are happy with yourself, you sleep peacefully. So, all that is all the stuff of the waking world, very important. Now, all the vyaparaha, the different activities of the mind, what is happening? Well, bodha bhasa. So, bodha or chit, it needs a medium to illumine, because bodha or consciousness cannot be experienced. So then, how are you going to go about your life? That mind needs to be conscious. So the mind is pervaded all the way by consciousness. Therefore, it gets a name bodha bhasa. And all the three states, so waking, dream, and deep, are where in the waking and the dream state there are a lot of vrittis, there are buddhi vyapara is going on. On the other hand, Shuddha Bodha, that is you, I was never born, was never going to die, witness of all that is there, including the three states, including what it is sustained by. So that therefore Virat, as in the cosmic body, Hiranyagarbha, the cosmic mind, and ignorance, I illumine all of that. So I as in Shuddha Bodha, lend consciousness to this mind which cannot function on its own. It is bodha bhasa. And I provide as though sense of continuity of this jiva, because jiva, interestingly, is Brahma son, sthula sharira abhimani. So identified with the gross body and along with that subtle body, etc., that jiva namakam, I think I am jiva only, but Brahma son, although being Brahman, although being consciousness, think of myself as a limited entity, just like the space that is limited in the pot. So the pot is yearning and craving, oh, I want fullness. When will all my problems disappear? When will I see that I am space? And the pot space does not have to do any karma for it. Assuming that dharma is baseline, then um has to just be told, you are not just this pot space, you are that all pervading space. Please do not think you are as though trapped by the form. You are free, you have always been free, but because of your identification with the form, you thought that you are this limited entity, therefore, so much insecurity, so much anger, so much fear, so much jealousy, and therefore, you are fighting with all the other parts in the pot community. And some of them are pot bellied and big pots they are. But don't worry that there is no validity for your insecurity, right? So now, what else is said by Acharya regarding these three states, and particularly Shuddha Bodha as well as Bodha Bhasa? So then, Vanhi tapta jalam tapayuktam dehasya tapakam chidbhasyadhistada bhasayuktanyam bhasayet tatha. So one lovely example is being given, which is that when you want to have a bath and you want to have a warm water bath, then this jalam that you are going to use, okay, it is heated up by vanhi tapta jalam. This is all hot water. Is heat a property of the water? No. But the water becomes hot because it is burnt, it is heated by fire. So therefore, it becomes yuktam. Water seems to be joined with the property of fire, which is heat. Therefore, water becomes hot. And that if it is super hot water, then it can burn the body, right? So too, chit, the intellect, this capacity to make decisions, and basically your mind. What about it? Can it do this on its own? No. Chid bhasya dhihi tada bhasa yukta anyam bhasaye tatha. So this mind of yours, this brilliant, glorious instrument that you have been given, what about it? It is illumined by dhihi. Dhihi by chit. The dhihi is illumined by chit, that is you. And as a result of which, the shine that it has, how it shines the light, even on your ignorance. So if I ask you, do you know Swahili? It's a language that is spoken in Tanzania. I don't know. Or suppose if I ask you, how are you feeling right now? Some of you will say a few things. Some of you may say, I don't know. How do you know that you don't know? Because I am illumining what's happening in my mind. So I am illumining, or I know what's happening in my mind, that I know. Okay, I know. which part of you knows? Is it one part of the mind that knows the other part of the mind? Let's assume it is one part of the mind that knows the other part. But mind is vritti pravaha, it's a flow of thoughts. One thought is going, other thought is going. Then who is the one that illumines everything? Suppose you argue, no, no, it is another thought. But that thought went away, said tata, bye bye, I am going. Okay. Then who is the one who can see all the coming and going of thoughts? It is you, Sakshi, the very nature of Shuddha Bodha. So the mind whom we are giving so much value, okay, and think that it rules the roost, well, actually, it acquires bhasa from pure consciousness, and of course, it illumines all other things. What else? What are these other things that are being illumined? Rupa guna doshadi vikalpa buddhika kriyaha ka kriya vishayai sardham bhasayanti chitirmata. So many qualities this world has. Different rupa, different forms, rupadi, okay, etc., etc. And then related to the form, uh, the form, the suppose you go shopping, okay, and especially if you don't do online shopping of clothes, then you go into the trial room. You've picked up a few things and then you're trying it on. Then you are trying to match your rupa. Your rupa means this body's rupa form with the sizes of all that is hanging in the clothes rack. Correct? So all this mixing, matching, whatever you are doing, then associated with that, there are, I like this, I don't like this. Okay, guna is there. You are appreciating some qualities, and then you say, nah, this color doesn't work for me. I don't want it, etc. So all this buddhigaha, kriyaha, all the time we are thinking like this. And we may define ourselves by these are a few of my favorite things. But there is much more to you than just your favorite things. So what are they? Oh, well, all of that. Bhasayanti chittihi. That consciousness illumines all of this, which means what? That you are free from all of this. We look at one more and then I will tie it up. Rupa chaguna doshabhyam vivikta kevala chitihi saivanuvartate rupa rasadinam vikalpane. So all this rupa and dosha, guna, etc., we get so caught up with it. But what is different from all of them? Viviktaha, you're applying your viveka to see that. It is kevala chitihi. It is only you consciousness. Sa eva anuvartate. And that consciousness has no problem. You want pani puri, fine. You want dosa, that's also fine. Whatever you have, some ragadvesha you might have, or you want filter coffee in your way, that's also fine. Consciousness goes along, anuvartate, with whatever may be your vikalpas. So, tying up all these verses, what we recognize is that when I say I am feeling something, okay, I am feeling bored, I am stressed out, I'm feeling insecure, or I am indecisive about what to do. So there are certain states you have to manage, right? And there are so many tools, so many methods. And the best way is to bring in the disposition of karma yoga. So you are ever prepared for whatever is to unfold. Why? Because you are functioning at a very optimal level. You're not playing helpless. You offer all your karma unto Bhagavan. And obviously, you're not going to offer stale karma. So, you are offering your karma unto all responsibilities unto Bhagavan. So, there is Kaushalam. And then whatever is coming your way, your entire day, so many situations are unfolding. Some phone calls, some emails, some conversations, some working, some doing, some running around, lot of errands to be done on the weekend, all of that, whatever is unfolding, along with your Kaushalam, there is a gracious acceptance that all of this is being made possible by laws of Bhagavan. And so the chitta vritti, all this flow of thoughts that is happening in response to the unfolding experiences, there is a cheerfulness, there is a manaprasadaha, there is a gladness. Or even if not, let's say, oh, I'm still struggling. Okay, you know what? You are untouched by all of this. Why? Because you are not what you are aware of. This antakarna vritti, all this is moving, changing, this, that, the other. It is not you. When we say not, I mean, it's not you, uh, we don't mean an absence of it. Okay, that akara, when it precedes words, it has six meanings. Okay, one of which is abhava, which is it's not there, but the other is also viviktaha, that I am other than. Okay, so if I say, uh, you know, mm, I am not, if I say I am not a donkey, okay, so so then does it mean donkey is absent? I am not a donkey means okay, maybe we don't see a donkey, but I am what it means is I am other than a donkey, because donkey also living being is very much there. Okay, so now whatever is happening in a given experience, because the problem is we define ourselves by our experiences, that oh, I am a success because XYZ happened, oh, I'm a failure because Y or whatever happened. But when you uh, look at the building blocks of an experience, any experience, okay, however beautiful it is or however unpleasant it is, there is sense data, there are senses interacting, mind is interacting with the world, and I illumine everything, right? So sense data plus whatever is your emotional state in response to it. That is what we are calling an experience. So rupa, the sparsha, rasa, gandha, all your different things that you experience, touch, taste, smell, fragrance, sight. Related to that, you have vrittis. Oh, what a beautiful sunset. Okay. How did that all come about? Oh, it is all Ishvara Srishti, all modifications of Maya Shakti, and that's what you are experiencing. But with respect to this sunset, now you have a problem. Why? Because you broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend when there was sunset. So now all sunsets are not pleasant for you. There is dosha there. You experience this is I hate sunsets. Dvesha. Okay. I don't like sunset. I don't like how sunset has not done anything to you, sun has not done anything to you. Why do you hate it so much? No, no, no. It reminds me of an unpleasant experience. So related to the Rupadi, there is the way we see things, we look upon certain things having gunas. So gunas here, of course, guna dosha, when it's put together, it gives rise to raga dvesha. So three people go to buy a diamond in the shop, Panchadashi example. And one of them, two of them love one diamond ring. So they're, both are due to get engaged. Then the shopkeeper says, you know what, we have only exclusive pieces, we have only one ring here. So then while they are discussing with their different teams, families, so one of them says, okay, I'm willing to buy. And this, so the shopkeeper says the price, and then they say, okay, it works for me. The other one's like, it doesn't fit my budget. And then the first person buys the ring, very happy. Okay. Because of course, Guna, was seen. And oh, I can just imagine how wonderful it's going to be in my engagement ceremony. So beautiful. The other is very disappointed. That same diamond ring has caused the person disappointment. And the mother who's come along, is neutral. Like, okay, you like it, okay, bye. Don't, okay, no problem. Does not look down on the one who wants the diamond ring, doesn't look up to the one who has the diamond ring. So we have all these different kinds of reactions, raga, dvesha, or a pleasant neutrality with respect to the things in the world which have different qualities. And all along we believe that it's the mind that is constantly interacting, which it is, but this mind is made conscious only because of you, only because you are the one that shines, you are the one that illumines, and you are always present. So raga dvesha is not a part of you, it is a part of the buddhi. And what you illumine, you are not. So the raga dvesha does not affect you. You are that Shuddha Chaitanyam, that is Asanga, untouched and unaffected. So just like the sun can illumine sewage, right? It doesn't say, oh my God, this is all kachra and this is all mush and I cannot illuminate. Or how beautifully during Ram Navami, the ray of Surya, Suryavanshi, Sri Rama, so became his tilaka in the Ram Mandir. So it can touch, illumine Sri Rama's murti. It will illumine some sewage canal or whatever it is, but the sun remains unaffected. Correct? Just because people are doing lot of Surya Namaskar and will do for World Yoga Day, the sun is not going to say, okay, okay, I'm very pleased with it, I'm going to shine a little more. No, no, no such thing. Always shining, always illumining. That is who you are, consciousness. And you illumine what is happening at the Karta Bhokta level, remaining untouched. And so when we get a glimpse of this, we see that we are untouched by all the movement that happens, even the raga dvesha, and that really speaking, I am free of all suffering, I am free of all movement, I am free. I was always a karta, a bhokta. Karta bhokta is there, has to go about doing a lot of things, but I illumine, I give reality to both the doer and the experiencer while remaining untouched always. So we will continue with the ninth verse from the next class onwards. So may you dwell on the truth of who you are again and again. Om Tat Sat.
So much, Swamini, for giving us a glimpse of ourselves with those wonderful examples. Next time we look at the sun, we will remember what you told us. That's great. We have many more such sessions, viewers. So please do tune in. In the evening, we have a very interesting talk by S. Chidambaram on Adi Shankaracharya and the traditions of Kerala. This is at 7 p.m. India time. Before we close, I'd like to say the closing prayers. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaha, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhaved. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And Swamini ji, see you next weekend. Bye.